Look, always in life, no matter what level you reach, there's always room for growth. Don't be afraid of your dreams. Make it happen. Peace out, prospect.
Yeah,
come on,
look. Hey, yo, just vibing out in the morning, gotta thank Jah. Meditating while my shorty twisting up the lie. No crime from the kids, don't smell cigs. And BY made a breakfast with dates and figs. Now I can dig that. What the wave out, chilling on the balcony. Thankful that the sun out. My inbox lit, plus Lakers won. Reminisce when Kobe dropped 81. Grab the pen, open the pad, this flow is rad. So amazed by what I have to be a dad. Remain true, humbly grew. Every day's a party, hear my daughter singing Sade. Hey, I'm about to head out. You know I gotta flow. Round the way, it's time to hit up Trader Joe's. Grab some coconut water and a cantaloupe. Twisting up a raw little ma, I got the antidote. Straight flexing as I pull up to the red light. Look up in the sky, not a chemtrail in sight. And everything is alright. Visualize the mansion, you know we about to take flight. Hey, 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 hey. Chill. Music. The sun is shining. The vibes are right. Beautiful day. Look, always in life, no matter what level you reach, there's always room for growth. We in rotation, yeah. Come on, hey yo, vivid visualizations of all this life that I'm making. The focus is Prospects Nation, the world is us for the taking. My kundalini awaken, we cracking the safe, we breaking abundance, the fun creation, the beauty of elevation. Eliminate zombie hating, illusion that's in the matrix. We got the code, we escaping, the more the time, yeah, we baking. Ain't talking no reefer vaping, they program segregating the seat, full separation, quantum recalculating. They sun is shining. No matter what level you reach, there's always room for growth.
Rolling thunder in the dark, lonely man, graveyards. Makes me wonder what it is to make it through. Some fun broken and ashamed, but some games I won't play. But it's winning if you learn to play the blues. Rolling thunder in the dark, lonely man, graveyards. It was you. I know it's you. Oh, friend of mine. I won't pretend if I do. Running high just to find I'm hanging on a dream. Don't underestimate me. I'm the one who's saving you. I'm the one who's saving you. Don't you ever think. Don't ever think you're
got Sunday, and it looks like in the CCC 8, we're getting to the 1v1 duels. Oh my god. I am here with Potato. He is still muted. He's doing his own intro, and of course, we're gonna need to see what's gonna be happening in the next few hours. Definitely, we got 3 finals that need to finish today. One, the 1v1 finals, the 2v2 finals that will be in an hour from now, and then the 4v4 man action-packed day. We're waiting for all of this with bated breath. We're getting into the scene right now. We do have the lobby up. We know who the players are. Ronaldinho, which is actually Roy Batty from the Civ Russian community, and then Task Force Fish. We got the big fish in the lobby. And of course, I do want to say hello there, everybody. Let's TV. Hello there, Sir Lumatix. Welcome, sir. Welcome. I do hope you're going to enjoy the show. A-Tech. Hello there. Bonsoir, monsieur. Bonjour, bonjour. Big Z 1992 did pick up that first promotion. Thank you very much, sir, for showing up this early in the morning. Let me see who was there. Oh, I did need to ban somebody. I don't know why people still insist on making commercials with bots. Man, no, don't get me started on that. It's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute myself and see if Potato is available here. Hello, Potato.
Hello, Michael. Good to see you this morning. I was just about to say I'm waiting for you
Good
to
morning.
pop in and give me your insight into this game.
Good morning. It is a surprise for me that Task for Fish actually managed to play. He said early that he's not gonna get to play it because some kind of overlap here in the timings. You've seen how the schedule is so closely tied together, and actually Task for Fish was the one who made it so. We wanted to give more time, and he was like, no, we gotta get the 4v4 finals earlier in the day. And then we packed everything together. Well, we're gonna need to see if he's gonna get a awesome win against Roy Batty here.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this game shakes up. Do you know anything about these players? Could you give me some insight? Do they have a particular style they like to play, or a personality type that might be significant for the viewers to keep an eye out for?
Well, I know very well Task for Fish. I do know, and I've seen quite a few games from Roy Batty, but taking a look at Task for Fish, honestly, he's a man of all tricks. I don't know how to say it otherwise. He knows extremely well the game, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to get the win. It doesn't matter if he's gonna go out of his comfort zone. It doesn't matter if he's gonna pick a civilization that he doesn't particularly know how to play. He's still gonna shine. It is one of the most he is one of the most valued players in our community here.
That's really, really great to hear. You know, it really is these final games. The teams are gonna pick their best players to represent them here, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. And Roy Batty, coming up from Civ Russia, again, he has been in the 4v4 scene for 2 years now, 3 years. He has been playing a lot of Civ, but not in our community, not in CPL. So that's why I don't always know about him. Him getting the spot, it tells me that definitely the Russian community holds really high esteem of him. He holds him in really high esteem, and of course he should be the one that will fight Fish today. Ooh, this is getting I am getting goosebumps. I don't know how to say it otherwise. I'm getting goosebumps about what's gonna happen.
That's really interesting. Now, Zona Control and Civ Russia, they're members of 2 different Civilization 6 communities that have come together here today in this huge tournament that's been taking place this whole weekend. Are there different styles in the disparate Civilization 6 communities? Is there like a Russian meta? Is there I don't know what community Zona Control is in, but are there different metas across the different communities?
So Task for Fish, Zone of Control, is mostly coming out of CPL, while Civ Russia comes out from the Slav League, CSL. They have been playing a lot in CPL also. That's how they started, and then it just merged into their own. They merged into their own community because they wanted to speak Cyrillic, and in our community it was mostly English. On the other side, I do feel like At the moment, the Russian community is a bit more aggressive. But honestly, thinking like going through the thought process here and seeing what Test for Fish will do, he's and thinking back on other games and so on, he's also extremely aggressive. He's gonna take whatever chances he's gonna get to nail a builder, to get a settler, to poke his opponent, to get a pillage, anything that he can do to counter his opponent's shine. So I think both of them at this point, I can't say they do have like different styles. They're both men that will do whatever it takes to get the win. It doesn't matter if they need to go out of their way or not.
Interesting. It's crazy that the thing about a 1v1 game, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is that normally there's a little bit of diplomacy, like, oh, I won't attack you, I won't pillage you, because you might have 3 or 4 people around you. In a 1v1, it's winner take all. Like, if you see an opportunity to step on an enemy scout or an enemy mine, you take it. There's no hesitation. Any damage you can do, any aggression, everything is on the table here.
Yeah, for sure. And this is exactly why we like the 1v1 finals. It's gonna show us what the players can do in terms of predicting the future, in terms of seeming while worrying, in terms of standing on their own powers here. It is something that we always like to see. The games are usually much how to say, much harder than the FFAs or 4v4s, and that's one of the reasons there aren't a lot of players that prefer the duels. You do need to have a certain composure when going into these games. And it looks like we got the first pick here. It is gonna be Gorgo.
So Gorgo tells me that he wants a strong early unit that can counter any fast horseman and also fight on its own. Would that be correct?
Yes, for sure. I would like to even go further with this and say Gorgo, late game Gorgo, if you remember yesterday, was amazing. We actually 2 days ago when we saw those how do you call them, the +5 coming up in the late game, because he got the 4 military policy slots and then the 1 from Alhambra, and then he had fascism very early, and then he had like the army really early and everything.
Yeah, it was amazing, especially because Gorgo's unique ability gives her extra combat strength for every military card she has. One quick thing, Michael, before we get into the game.
Yes.
I'm getting a little bit of crackling from your microphone. I don't know if you can fix that. So sorry.
Oh, give me a second. Let's see. Did that fix it?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better. Hopefully it does. So the Shaka counter, is Shaka the counter pick, or is it just like it's just a strong pick in 1v1? Because you probably need a civilization that is incredibly self-reliant and powerful on the military side of things.
I'm a bit confused about Shaka though, because usually Shaka's gameplay doesn't really get him a lot of gold. And are we gonna have a remap here? Oh.
Yeah, this would need to be a remap.
Oh man.
I'm almost tempted to type in chat that this needs to be a remap, but I guess as an observer we have to stay neutral and just observe.
Yeah, I think they do have some remap tokens or something. Let me ask somebody, but I'm pretty sure it's the same remap rules as CPL. And remap's rules of CPL say if you can't settle 3 cities before shipbuilding in a 5-tile radius, you should remap. So he can settle only 2.
Yeah, for sure. This looks like it might be a remap. That's just unfortunate. But you know, we do have these remaps because we do want to see a fair game. But this is an interesting map shape. I'll give it that, regardless of the need to remap. There's kind of a weird little peninsula up top here. It kind of looks like a little dog, or like a dog shark with a little fin on it.
It looks like a spaceship as well, with the 2 how do you call it, from Star Wars, you know, the one that had like in front of it the 2 engines or whatever they were.
Yeah, but yeah, I know the one you're talking about. That's it actually does. That's incredible.
I do want to say that this spawn for Gorgo is unbelievably strong. Like this is setting the stars for him to win the game. Unbelievable. 2-3-1-1 fish in the capital with coffee tiles with Torres in the second city. Like I don't know what you can ask for more from this.
Yeah, honestly, this is a little bit of an absurd start here. The map bias is real, and I can't help but feel like I've seen Torres so many times in this tournament that it just has been such a game changer in a lot of situations.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to come back to the Task for Fish Zulu pick over here. Zulu is one of the nations that does prefer to go for Ikandas. It likes a lot to go for Pen Brush and Voice, and of course try to mix those bonuses in. Oh, I just got a crash. I don't know why. Oh,
Yeah, I also crashed. That was very odd.
everybody crashed? Well, at least that will force the remap or something.
Okay, W remap time.
Yeah, kick W. Looking at Zulu, usually it does two things. One, it shines when it comes to those impies, and it can definitely do a lot of damage. Impy cores early than everybody else in the game. You do have a lot of production coming up from the Ikandas. You basically 1-2 turn them if you get Warlord's Throne and everything. But then it has a period of in which you have to make a decision. You either go late game, that means you're gonna sacrifice your war, so you don't go for that medieval push, and until you actually get artillery armies and tank armies and so on, you're not gonna get to do anything with your military, or you're not gonna have the economy to do it. It's kind of tricky when it comes to that.
Yeah, definitely. It does seem like I feel like I would almost give the advantage to the Zulu in the early game, and then the advantage to Gorgo in the late game. Do you think that's like a correct analysis?
On a normal map, yes. On this map, no.
No.
We gotta we gotta say
just in like general, just in general.
yeah, in general, I would say actually, I would say both have an advantage. Those hoplites are really strong. You don't want to handle, even if they got nerfed to +7, they're still really strong.
Really? Wow.
Yes, Zulu does have a bit of an advantage when it comes to its early cores, as in the medieval one. But I've seen Zulus actually taking a beating at the beginning if somebody rushes them with horses and very early units.
You might be right actually. There's definitely a window of vulnerability here for Shaka, if Gorgo can choose to poke in and you know cut him down at his knees, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. It is surprising. You think, of course, Zulu, very warlike nation, he should be up to the challenge of any time and anything. But most of the time, when players do prefer to put down their Ikandas and finish barracks or stables in them, and like do all of those things before they do anything else, that kind of opens them up a lot in the game. Oh, wait, we do have a respawn here. Oh.
Yeah,
No,
I think
looks much
this
better.
looks a lot more favorable. No more Torres, but definitely this looks like a fighting kind of match now.
Okay, so that's why we dropped here. Okay, yeah. This doesn't look anymore like one of those instant remaps. Okay. Whew. Danger averted. Okay.
Yeah. A crisis avoided, Batman. Now, tell me a little bit about each of these starting locations. Taking a quick glance at like Sparta, for example. How do you feel about that?
I feel it has a lack of production, though. It's gonna be a bit more expensive than usual. He only has a 2-2 DR tile to work, no 2-2 base, no tile for his Acropolis next to his capital, which is gonna be an issue. He's gonna need to put it somewhere else and maybe get a wonder or something to get its adjacency. And other cities, I like the other cities I get. Well, wait. Other cities, one to the southeast on the lake. Again, not that big in hills. So, I don't know. This doesn't look like extremely ideal situation. Seeing this after the remap, it is like on the other, on the opposite side right now. Not that much production. We don't have a lot of other good cities. It looks like Gorgo here will have to make do with whatever he gets his hands on. It's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like it's going to be a challenge for both players, to be honest, because I don't know if I would say that these are excellent starts. I guess the Zulu does have that brilliant 3-1 fish tile, but I don't think that's enough to really carry you. I think you need a better start out of the gate here. I think the thing we can say here is, though, that it seems like both players are going to equally struggle in the early game, which might be more interesting to watch than if both players had an amazing early game. It would be interesting to see how they adapt to the slightly lower quality starts.
Yeah, I can say I totally agree with that. Usually, it does make for a much more interesting game when you do see both players trying to adapt. Then just get Torres out of the bloom and have a set advantage. I have like the marginal opinion that Zulu's start is a little bit better. It feels like a lot more heals. The tempo of that fish that you mentioned is gonna give him more population to use those heals. Relatively good second settles depending on where he's gonna put them. I'm thinking he's gonna go for the 1-2 tile down to the south of that horse tile next to the mountain. It feels like that's gonna be a good second city. Another one maybe to the north there next to the silk tile. He could adapt to this a bit better. Even in the desert to the south of Alpha, you see that one desert tile next to the oasis, desert hill tile, that has so many 2-2s and soul that can be improved and so on. It feels like it will be stronger. He could even choose to go for the horses and the horse tile on the west side and immediately acquire horses in his empire, which will allow him to do some kind of aggression on Greece, even though I know this is heresy. I mean, attacking Greece with horses against hoplites, not something you wanna see. It feels like you're just sending your units to their doom.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing, kind of like the Zulu have a window of opportunity before they get impy. There is a window of opportunity before Greece can have enough hoplites out to stop horses. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you can get horses out faster than they can get out spearmen, depending on how you go through the tech tree.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sending them to your opponent, it's a totally different thing, though. As in, let's see the scouting. Let's see if they're gonna actually meet each other before turn 8. Maybe they can see their city's strength, garrison strength, so they can predict if somebody has a relic. If somebody has classical units out or not, or even hoplites. I wouldn't discount that. Maybe we're gonna see that aggression with the scouts even. Even though, honestly, looking at what's going on here, Greece going for settler coming up in 5 turns, and he didn't go for his second scout. Same can be. Oh no, Fish is gonna go for the second scout. Okay, there we go.
And it's safe to say that going 2 scouts is what we would consider standard play. It's the safe move, right? And going for the fast settler after the scout, is that more of a greedy play? You're kind of making a little bit more of a casino play.
Well, just like the FFAs, you have a problem with the era score. You have to get somehow enough era score for your golden age, and I would say actually it's harder than in the FFAs, because in this type of game you don't have a lot of players to meet. You don't have a lot of city states to meet. There are only 3 on the map, and that one wonder that you first meet, that one civilization that you get to meet, that everything, like one city state that you might get an envoy in, or to use our money and so on to get some era score, might push you over that threshold. Probably it's one of the reasons both of them got civilizations that can get the +4 era score from unique things. One Sparta for hoplites, Zulu for his Ikanda, and so on. So I'm thinking they're gonna try as much as possible to rush that golden age here before anything else. Let's see if they're gonna get a remap here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if they opt in for the remap here. I think you make some interesting points there about the the early era score, the early scouting, and we do see two militaristic city states on the map right now. And I'm gonna say those are going to be hotly contested. However, Zulu does have a cultural city state kind of sitting in his pocket back there. Nan Madol, a very very strong city state too.
And he's
Uh,
coastal. And he's coastal. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. That could really carry his culture game. But here's the thing: Gorgo is gonna know about Nan Madol if Zulu ever gets suzerainty of them.
That's a
Then
good
she can fight them
thing.
for them. So, which of these three city states do you see the players most contesting most of all?
I think Fish will see a big advantage when it comes to having Namadol if he settles more coastal cities, or at least on the having them next to lake tiles. The other one would be a cat. I don't think Volin would be that contested. Yes, it's important to get general points, but let's be honest with this. They're gonna put down encampments. They're gonna definitely get the generals anyway.
Yeah, for sure. If anything, Wolan will be more important for that little bit of production you get for producing units. In particular, just putting 1 point into them,
Yeah.
especially for Zulu, because they're going to be wanting to build their barracks. Because Zulu can almost build an economy off of encampments in some ways.
Oh yeah, for sure. Couple that with pen brush and voice, it is gonna be a very very productive way of getting his units out.
I was just having a little bit of scan around the map. There is a Torres in this game. However, it's in a completely sort of inaccessible position, so it's unlikely to affect the outcome of the game. Are there any other natural wonders on the map right now that you think might have an impact?
Mount Vesuvius to the northeast of Sparta, and I was trying to figure out where is that Torres. Oh, I see the Torres. Okay, that's probably not gonna be settled by anybody. Okay, Mount Vesuvius is actually 5 tiles, 6 tiles away from Sparta to the northeast towards Akkad, and it didn't blow up yet, but it will 100% blow up throughout the game. So getting a city there, getting to benefit from those tiles would actually be an interesting adventure here for Greece. Oh, there we go. It just blew up.
And just as we were talking about it, it erupted. And it might look like Greece is actually heading up there right now, because I
Yeah,
think Greece
yeah.
is aware of Mount Vesuvius. And I mean, if you've got this kind of relatively weak start as Greece, you're going to be very happy to see those extra yields on those tiles.
Oh, for sure. Extra science, extra culture. You know it's gonna go off quite a few more times throughout the game, so you might as well benefit from it from the beginning. It
Now, Greece
wasn't.
has.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
No. Go.
I was just going to say, Greece has popped out their first settler here, and they've opted to go for a second builder instead of another settler. And Zulu has gone straight for two settlers. Is this just a case of where Greece says, you know what, I need to improve some tiles here because my production just isn't good enough?
I agree. I think so. It looks like he has a bit of a problem with his production. And looking at what he's choosing to do right now, he's working on the 2-2 horse and, of course, the deer tile. Could have worked a little bit that banana, but just a lack of production would have delayed everything else. Maybe he's gonna go for iron. Let me actually see in the tech tree. Yeah, he's going. Both of them are actually going bronze here, rushing bronze as fast as possible. So he will get iron tiles worked. He will probably get the improvement on the horse for a pasture. I don't want to discount the possibility for Temple of Artemis here. It's not bad. We got a lot of plantations. We got a lot of pastures. We got camps. So it looks like it will also be powerful. Is he actually gonna sacrifice such a big production from his early beginnings? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I see. You see Greece. You see Zulu. No.
Oh, sparks are about to fly here.
Yeah, it looks like that horse. Okay, that horse will be the target here. Is the Ronald? If he had enough movement, this would have been tricky, but he doesn't have enough movement. Okay, so
Yeah, he should be totally fine. Now, I think I do want to draw your attention to. I think the Zulu have found Nan Madol, which is giving them that one culture per turn advantage, at least here. So it looks like they're going to hit maybe a couple of key civics faster than Greece, which is something you wouldn't expect considering Greece's status as an incredibly powerful culture civ.
Yeah.
Is that likely to have an impact on the other game?
I think they are worried they need to get the era score rather than anything else, and I don't think you have enough time to go for Acropolises. Also, I'm very worried about the. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit and I forgot I didn't get the early beginning of the.
No, hey, listen, you're totally fine. Zulu found Nanmadol, so they have one more culture than Greece right now. Is that going to maybe affect the early game, or is Greece totally fine?
No, I think Greece is totally fine. He's going to get the extra culture from Mount Vesuvius and the science. He just went for the science instead of the culture. If you see, he's in the city of Knossos. And coming back to the opening moves for both of the players, they're probably going to go for monuments anyway. Yes, there will be some form of discrepancy between them, maybe like a 1, 2, maybe sometimes 3, 4 points, but in the end, in like when you're talking about 30 turns from now, I don't think it will matter that much. What I do think will matter is if they do get that golden age, because that will affect another 30 turns.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like Gorgo is valuing the extra era score from picking up her unique unit so highly that she decided to pick up the science from Vesuvius, like you said, to try and finish that bronze working any amount of time sooner than she can.
Yeah, they're tied actually. 4 turns bronze working, both of them.
Absolutely. And both of them here are going to pick up 4 era score from building of something from bronze working, which is probably why they're favoring it so highly right now.
I think so. This is gonna be a problem. If you take a look, we got Roy Batty on 13 out of 19 points. Dance for Fish is 9 out of 19 points, and at the moment they still have what to build to get those extra era score points, but will they get the opportunity to get those? I do want to say this is, I think, the first game in this CCC that we actually get to make a prediction on our channels, by the way. If you didn't do it, I really suggest we get the community involved right now, all of our viewers, to vote and win more points.
Oh my god, you're actually right. Hold on, I'm going to run a prediction right now.
Taking a look at what's going on here, we do have a third setter coming up from Sparta, definitely a lot later than his opponent here, than Task for Fish. He is improving his mines for that extra production, and now I see him with decent tiles to work. On the other side, Task for Fish already has a settler out, and he's going to the south somewhere on that hill I was talking about on the Oasis. Looks like he's preferring to settle those cities much faster rather than getting the positioning on Greece, getting monuments out of Alpha, getting monuments out of Bravo, and he's already acquiring horses. Really looking forward to see if he's gonna get a boat or something to get those last points for era score. I think, like, looking at his options here, he's 9 out of 19. If he puts down Ikanda, he's gonna be 13 out of 19, and of course he's gonna need to maybe get either a boat for extra 2 points, or actually the first boat would be bigger, 3 points, or is he gonna get something like a classical unit out? That would also be important. Other than
I would maybe get, he's gonna pick, if he settles Tundra or Desert here, you might pick up an extra point, right? Yeah.
It's another point from settling Desert.
So I think he's up to 14 with Nakanda, so he needs to find another 5 points. That's a lot of points. Like you were saying, he has a lot of options, and it'll be interesting to see what he chooses to go for. He's actually gone for an incredibly early trader here. Is this something you see players do in 1v1 games a lot?
Yes, the early trade routes are amazing. My only question here is he gonna go internals, or is he gonna go externals? That is gonna be extremely important looking at the late game here. If I would have to put my money on something, he would actually use it to create a road from Bravo to Alpha for a faster movement of troops towards the front line, and he's gonna go internals. If he wants to get some gold, and he found Namadol, which I don't think did he find it?
Yeah, he has Namadol. That's where he's getting that extra +1 culture from.
He is gonna get a lot of gold if he actually goes that way. Yeah, and he can send it on the. Oh no, he can't. Oh no, you see that one tile of Namadol that's blocked over there to the north?
Oh no, it's blocking the trade route. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's gonna have to go with internal trade routes here. He won't be able to. Uh,
Yeah, it's just not going externals on the water is not gonna be worth. Going externals not on the water is not gonna be worth. So there we go. Ikanda's put on the map. We got two of them. We do need to see Greece also putting down encampments. There we go. He is. He's gonna have a problem, by the way, with generating enough general points. Zulu can get so big that it will take most of the generals away.
Yeah, so Greece might have a lot of trouble just getting a look in to get a great general here. Now, I think Zulu has a really big advantage here. Are their unique districts still half price? Are these half price encampments he's getting here?
Zulu, yes. Look at that. 3 turns for Bravo, 2 turns for his capital. Very, very quick builds for his districts. Also, Ronaldinho, I think he put it down, but didn't actually go through with it. Didn't. We got Ronaldinho. That's for fish. Is he gonna take it? Yes, he did take it. Oh man. That is the reason I was saying escort your settlers, man. Like, this is, oh man, not only he didn't have enough production, but losing a settler turn 22, task for fish will probably get it home. Oh man,
Wait, that's what? A surrender.
So its face has changed throughout the ages. History is written from the hand.
Wait, what?
I need to quickly end my prediction before people.
Yeah, how do I? I don't know how to.
I need to end submissions.
Stop the prediction. Wait, how do you do that?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna null and void that prediction because the points weren't in yet.
I mean, honestly, all of my viewers were putting like in Task for Fish. This was, like, what? 20 minutes of plays and that's it? Oh man.
I mean, at that point you lose a settler. I think, yeah. I never really expected that we would actually see it, but I guess anything can happen even at the highest levels of play.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. I would have thought he's gonna try to make it through, but honestly, indeed, Task for Fish getting such an advantage from the beginning, that was like he would be on 4 cities, at least 2 cities more than Greece. Greece didn't have enough production to begin with. Like, everything was a bit weird. That is quite something. One of the things we don't see that often. CC turned 23. Can you imagine in the finals how strong Task for Fish goes out of this tournament?
Yeah, that's insane. That's a story you'll be telling forever. Is about the time that you snatched a settler on turn 22 and managed to win the finals in the CCC. I kind of don't know what to do with myself here, Michael. I was settling in for like a 2 or 3 hour game.
Yeah, me too. And, coffee and everything and some snacks. I was ready to go.
I ate a big meal in preparation. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to watch this whole game.
Let's see. So we do have the finals in the 4v4 finals later on in the day. I still have my doubts if we can get the 2v2s, because we're right on time though. We could get the 2v2s. My biggest question is, and I think we should be open to the community on this, if we start going into the 2v2 finals and they don't end before the 4v4s, we won't get the opportunity to come out of the 2v2 finals and go into the 4v4 finals to see them. So I think it's much better to go for the 4v4 finals than actually staying for the 2v2s. Maybe you have some read on this. Also, Task for Fish wants some post game. In the meantime, we can talk about that also.
Yeah, let's do a post-game interview. I think you're right. I think we should go for the 4v4 finals. I think that's the big sign-off for the whole event here, and that'll be the most fun thing for the viewers to see. So we'll do a quick post game interview and then do that. I think.
Okay, let me go into the casters one, and I think I'm gonna drag you up. Give me a sec.
Yeah, if I can find.
Hello, fish. Hello. 1 second, so I can. Okay, there we go.
Hello. Yeah, I found it.
Okay, cool.
So that was a lot shorter than I was expecting.
Yeah, for sure. You. I didn't even see that you were taking the settler.
Yeah, I stumbled upon it. I was focused on protecting my encampments and my trade routes in my base from his scout that was coming in like last minute, and my scout had like last moved into the coffee in his cap just to get a peek, and like he declares war and it kicks my scout above, right? And then like I look over and it's just standing next to a naked settler.
Oh, I thought you declared war. Oh
no,
my
no,
god.
he did. He declared war to go into my borders to try to block my encampment. But my scout had it protected. But that's what I was looking at. And again, like I didn't declare war. He knocked me out on the unfortunate side of the borders, and I just kind of like there was nowhere he could go to as well. Like if he moved anywhere, I could catch it.
That is so unfortunate. God,
Yep.
I don't even know if I want to call that a rage GG. I think that was just like I can't believe I got screwed so bad.
I think it was a rage GG, yeah. But well, he wasn't enraged per se. He just thinks that there's too much tempo lost. That he was saying. He said he cannot really bounce back from that because I think mainly that I get to keep the settler as well.
Yeah, for sure. There's no way he could have taken it back because you were just
like his warrior was over by Bravo, I think, last I saw it, and that's a bit. I mean, maybe he can intercept it, but again, like I could just go in the tundra with the settler, and then it's just rough. Like that's a lot to come back from.
I do want to ask you, like, what was your thought process going into the game? Like, why did you pick Zulu?
So Zulu's a really good war civ for like a lot of reasons. But mainly Gorgo gets a lot of culture, and it has a combat bonus that starts to pick up later, like with monarchy, fascism, all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I need something to counter that war package that Gorgo has.
Is it basically just that Zulu has the tempo to compete with Gorgo's early military combat advantages?
Oh yeah, tempo, you get really fast encampment, so free housing, and then you can build. You make up for that, like with Penrush, like you get free culture and gold. Your buildings give you extra culture, and if you're going to war, if you're going to be fighting a lot, like Zulu's a civ that's going to have, it's going to have that advantage from building like its unique district and its unique unit. While Gorgo can't really use the unique district as early. If it has to go encampment, it's awkward, right? Because your capital wants to build like an encampment and then like a government plaza, not really the Acropolis.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about a 1v1. You kind of have to go encampments, right? Because those great generals, that production towards military, it all is just so incredibly important to actually just survive and then actually maybe sim a little bit.
It also has to be a healthy distance. Like if we're really close, he's gonna kick my ass because hoplites are really good at close range. He could just spam him, and I would need swords to defend, and that takes 10 iron each. So it's a bit of a gamble, right? Like if I'm too close to him, I'm in trouble. But if there's a healthy distance, then I can survive until like Impy, and then Impy core spam. Like that's just he can't defend against that easily. So that's kind of the sweet spot, and it looked like we had some good distance on that map.
Yeah, for sure. You guys had enough distance between you, and then it's kind of like a role reversal. Then once you get to Impy cores, he kind of needs like what, muskets, and then that's even then that might not even be enough. Is there a counter to the Impy spam, or is it just sort of a ticking time bomb in a 1v1?
I think because of you can just kind of throw away the Impy. They're so easy to produce and so cheap, and like I could trade 2 for 1 at that stage, I think, and it doesn't matter. Like he can't keep up if I do it right. That was the plan, but I guess we'll never know of that.
Yeah, we'll never know because the roll of the dice there just handed you the victory, and in some ways I'm a little bit disappointed.
I am too. Yeah. I guess it does help because I've been like liaising with my team. We were bouncing back and forth if I was gonna play this or not, because I want to play a game later today. You know, there's a lot of cool game modes later today, so
Yeah,
I
for
didn't
sure.
want to be stuck in like, you know, we're in atomic information age and slugging it out in a duel.
You are
Yeah, for sure.
extremely close in points with Cars and everybody else. What do you think about the endpoint here? Do you think you're gonna manage to keep your first place like you did in the last few days?
I don't know if we'll get the first place. We'll see. We'll try. We'll
Well,
keep
I mean,
at
the
it.
points from this game, from this free win you just got, that's gonna help.
It will, yeah. I think it'll help us maintain our top placements, but yeah, I don't know if we can. See, Jess and I were visiting family yesterday, so we couldn't really play at all. Like, I squeezed in a duel early hours, and then just was busy all day. So we missed out on some games that could have helped, I think, because we fielded we have a great clan. We got some new people that we're training up, so I think we lost a bit of points yesterday. A lot of the momentum, but hopefully we can build that back up today.
What do
We'll
you think
see.
about the upsets in this CCC, by the way, with D2 coming up from the French community so strong? Barking Cats seemed like they could have done better looking at their player pool. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's great to see. I'm glad that that these French clans are kicking ass. Or the D2 one. Big fan. So we'll see how high they climb. But yeah, I was expecting Barking Cats to be like way stronger. So far they've been good. Like, but you know that's it. Like there's an element of overconfidence you can have in this game, where it's like if you're not respecting threats well enough, right, then they can surprise you and take the rug from under your legs.
For sure. Do you like the new achievement system for getting wonders, for getting different actions in the game that are weird?
It's interesting. I think I'm a bit biased because at first I was like, I mean, come on, this isn't really about competing now. This is being silly. But then, you know, the very first game, I am in a position where I can do like almost all of them in one game, and so I don't know. It made me like it more just doing them all and still like going for the win. But it's unique. I overall positive, but I can see where people can get frustrated with it. And then there's a degree of you'd have to be careful. Like, I guess obviously if the game is gonna go to like 140, 150, then everybody's like the top people are always gonna complete the civic tree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
for
don't. I
sure.
think there's a couple of them that could be tweaked. Like, you know, it should be like before turn, you know, 120 finish the tech tree, or maybe 130 is more realistic. I don't know, but you can't just be like automatically gonna happen without much effort type of thing. You have to have them be
Yeah, I get
acknowledged.
you. It's almost like some of them are just like, if the game goes long enough, you get bonus
Yep.
points.
Yeah, exactly. So and that doesn't seem right. Like, some games have to be called for technical issues. Some people, I don't know. It's a tough game to make super fair. Obviously, like you just saw a game that was arguably unfair with just how my scout got pushed next to his settler, and then you know that kind of RNG elements. And to a degree, like that's random. That's, you know, luck. It is also like he should have probably kept a unit back to escort it. But I don't know. I like overall though. The achievements are cool. I'm excited to maybe I can contribute a couple ideas for next time for a few achievements people can compete for.
Yeah, I definitely think it's you know, you could implement like be a parallel scoring system whereby, you know, the team that gets the most points in this achievement category, they get like a separate bonus or separate prize or something.
Mhm.
You know, there's lots of ways that it could be done, but it's interesting to hear your perspective on it as a player.
Yeah, I think it's practical. You can do it. Like, this is a good system, I think, for this kind of 24-hour weekend event. Like, it adds more elements. It gives people like fun mini games. in the game. Like, obviously, if there's like Goliaths in your lobby, and you're like a average player, you don't have the time to sink like hours and hours into this game to become really, really good. You still want to, like, you still enjoy it, you want to compete, and it's kind of nice to have like that side quest that you can feel like you're really helping, which you are, like, and also yeah, bringing home some points for your team, and not, yeah, it's keeping it, exciting and fun. So big fan overall, I'd say. After talking about this more actually with you guys, I think I've gained more appreciation of it. Just thinking through it more. I like how this is a new addition.
Cool. Well, the CCC, it was meant to be competitive and fun at the same time. That was the goal that we were aiming for. So I hope it achieves both.
Yeah, and I think it has achieved it pretty well so far. I've had a great time, and I've seen some really, really fun competitive games. Taff, you've said you played in a few games. Is there a standout moment in the tournament so far for you? Or in the event, rather?
I mean, I loved how I started off with the Free Sim Germany. Got to, like, great tempo, great great development on everything. Got all my districts down super early. That was really fun. Yeah, some of these duels have been really close. I played one against Malm earlier today, this morning, like 5 a.m. my time.
Wow.
And it was
Wow.
it was rough. It was rough. I was still waking up and strategizing.
Yeah, that's
that
where
was
the
so
misclicks start to settle in when you get the 5 a.m.
Honestly.
game on.
Yeah, or you just forget. There's some very important things to miss that you can miss. But yeah, that one was really close. I tried a little bit of a gamble here and there in that game, and it turned out like he went Poland, and I should have banned it. Usually you should. Well, a lot of the time in a duel. But I took a gamble. I tried to counter it with Rome and rushing reliquaries with no relic. It kind of, it was like, it hurt him, and it hurt him a little bit more than it hurt me. And so that's kind of how you have to see a duel. It's like if it benefits you more or hurts the opponent more than it hurts you, then it's an overall plus.
Yeah, if you're in a duel, you have no choice but to play certain civs game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's an interesting insight. Is that I'll essentially light my empire on fire just to like let the smoke blow over your empire.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, exactly.
I super appreciate your insight as a player and your candidness, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you. I don't really have anything else to ask you. I don't know if OnSpot wants to keep chatting away.
No, I just want to say thank you, Task. It was an unbelievable 23-turn win over here.
Thank you guys so much for casting and the chat. Always appreciate it. It's great to see casters showcasing this great game.
Yeah, and it's great to see
pleasure.
amazing players with a passion for the game come together like this. Thank you so much, Task for Fish.
All right, see you guys.
See you. Well, there we have it, Potato. Turn 23 win in the 1v1 finals. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think either of us expected that going into the game, Michael.
No.
But I guess we'll be back for the 4v4 final tonight. What time is that happening? How many hours from now?
Let me actually take a look over here in the schedule. It should be 4v4 finals. That's actually the last game. It's 1700 GMT.
So that is in 7 hours? No, 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah, so 5 hours from now, set your clock, set your reminders. 5 hours from now, there will be an incredible... people are wanting us to do a 1v1 right now, but you know what I'm going to go do, Michael? I'm going to go take a nap.
It's
I'm
fine.
going to go rest up and be ready.
Get your energy up. I need to also eat something. I didn't manage to eat anything in the morning, so my stomach right now is...
Yeah. My stomach is also doing the same. Maybe one day we will do a 1v1 to fill time, but I don't don't think that's
Yes.
going to be today. It's been an absolute pleasure casting you. What it may have actually be the fastest 1v1 game in Civ 6 history, at least in a competitive scene. And I'll see you in 5 hours for the 4v4 finals of this entire event, where we get to crown the winner of the CCC. Oh my god, I can't say it. You say it, please.
CCC 8 edition.
Thank you. You really helped
No
me out
problem.
there.
Do you need a link for the OneDrive, or maybe you want to share it with? Let me actually share it in the channels over here.
Yeah,
so,
if you throw me the link, I'll share it to my community so people can check out the scores and stuff.
yep. I think I shared it. It's fine. My cat, when we were doing the interview, really wanted to be pet, and he just slammed on my desk in front of me, and he was like, "Pet me, pet me, pet me."
But you gotta love pets, man. They get in the way in the
Yes.
most perfect moments, and they're so distracting. But God, you can't help but love them.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm gonna buzz off here, Michael. Pleasure to see you. Pleasure to talk to you. I'll catch you later.
same. Have a good nap. Bye bye.
Catch you later, man.
Bye bye. There we have it, guys. Turn 23 win. Oh my god, I can't get that out of my head. Turn 23 win. Unbelievable. We're gonna need to wait for the finalists to show up over here. We don't know exactly who's gonna be in the final 4v4. We're still waiting. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait for it to show up, and then I'm gonna do an announcement on my Discord, exclamation mark Discord, if you wanna join over there. And of course, you do get my schedule for the week and my upcoming games all of the time. Sometimes, unfortunately, I do get them a little bit late, especially like in the last few hours, last few days. It's been quite chaotic. Definitely not one of my normal schedules over here. Marathon Gaming CCC 8. We're about to see the final game in 5 hours, the 4v4 finals. Unbelievable. Just a quick rundown of the points over here. We still have a lot of games that need to be introduced into the Excel sheet over here. We're waiting for Menjak, for Ogothi, for everybody else to get their to get up, and of course start to introduce all of the games. At the moment, it looks like Cars has the first place with 2170 points. We got Zone of Control coming up second with 2009, but they didn't win the 1v1 finals here. D2 1884 points. Civ Russia with 1855, Barking Yats 1832, the Germans 1799, and Gilga Quit with 1772. Next one up would be Sea Dogs with more than a 200 point difference on 1500 points. You can see very powerful clans are coming and so close together in this tournament, with so few points between them. Actually, taking a look between D2, Civ Russia, and Barking Yats, they're like in 50 point difference between them. That is quite something. 100 points if you take into account the Germans. 100 point difference between them. And then boom, the two juggernauts over here, Cards and Zone of Control, fighting for supremacy for the first spots. You've heard a little bit from Taz for Fish, had a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight to share with us, and I do believe we're gonna see some more of him in the games. I do have to close this up, and we're gonna see each other in 5 hours for that 4v4 finals. Thank you very much for the follows. Thank you very much for your support, for your for the subs and everything. Like I was saying, if you do want to have a first-hand information, exclamation mark Discord over there. I do try as much as possible to keep everything updated, and of course you do get the upcoming games channel, the Allspot TV streams channel, and everything. I also try to keep my stream up, like Twitch, updated with the upcoming games, but sometimes it just doesn't, like, there are delays and stuff like that, and it takes a little while to update everything. It's just too many things to update at the same time. I wish I had a button in which I just enter something and it, you know, it just goes everywhere. But anyway, that's something for the future, and maybe I'm gonna find that way at some point. You know how technology is, from one day to the other you get more and easier things to use. Thank you very much, guys. Ife1, by the way, thank you for the follow. Hyphen8 and the Hyperbola, actually, Hyperbola, thank you very much for the follows today, and let's see each other in 5 hours. 5 hours. Bye.